Hey there, friends.
I'm Andrew from the Scrapbox, and I take video games and turn them into real-life LEGO projects. Since Dispatch just wrapped up their first season, I wanted to make the Z Team as custom minifigures, starting with their dispatcher, Robertson. By the way, there are no spoilers, just a few references. While you could take Jerry here, rip him into little pieces, then grab a brown pair of pants, give Bucky the Walker treatment, and finally add the worst haircut LEGO has ever designed before calling it a day. But that's not what we do here.
This is you. Pretty sparse, but feel free to decorate.
If you're new here, we custom design minifigs from the ground up, which is why I'm making Robert his own shirt, complete with an SDN logo, which will probably be illegible given it's printed on the worst UV printer in the world. Honestly, that's not too bad, and you can mostly read the logo. Nice. Good job. Now for the pants. Hey guys, what color are Robert's pants? Sometimes it's easy to tell, like gray as Mecha Man, reddish brown on the cover, none. Now that's a party. But what is this?
Oh, you don't see it?
Right here. That's brown. That's not.
See? You see?
But then it is? But then maybe? I don't know, we're gonna go with dark brown. Throw in some shoes, a belt, and call it a day. As for his face, everything is fine until the stubble. Serious brows? Check. Smirk? Check. Lack of sleep? No problem. But nope. You're gonna have to check back on the stubble. And while we wait, let's take a look at our first member of the Z Team. Sonar. He's a bat, he's a man, he's into finance. Here's Sonar. Wait, that's not right. Hold on. He's a man who's also a bat. Sonar, no. Sonar? No. Sonar? Not quite. Sonar, yes.
You sure about that?
I'm serious. I mean, look, if we go in a blender and bypass the cursed cube, we could get a werewolf head. And what's the difference between a werewolf and a giant bat? Only about 20 minutes of sculpting. We just gotta flatten the muzzle and make the ears a bit larger. Perfect. This part always makes me chuckle because sometimes I get people too stupid to figure out I indent the eyes because you have to physically paint these models after printing them, and I genuinely believe those people should meet Punchup in a brawl. Not too bad. However, I did make one devastating mistake. Sonar wears a blue suit jacket, black pants, and Velcro shoes? Look, I judge people by their actions over their apparel, and this guy eats people. So I'm gonna let the shoes slide and just give him black legs. And with our torso printed, we just have to add the... The fur's gonna cover the entire suit. Well, I guess we're gonna do this all over again. There. Now that's a good Sonar. Wait, hold on. Sorry, Charlie, I just need your background. Now strike a pose, and what do you guys think? Perfect thumbnail? Also here for anyone who wants to make a purist Sonar. Let's check back in on Robert. Oh, still working on that facial hair. Well, then moving on to Flambe. To say Chad here has a fiery personality would be an understatement. People either really love him or really hate him.
Both. Both is good.
It's also very hard to talk about the nuance of Flambe without opening the box of spoilers. So, I'll put it like this. If you go back, his attitude and his actions tell very different stories. Personally, it's giving mean older sibling who loves to pick on you, but the second someone else tries to touch you, you've got to get through Flambe first. I guess this is my way of distracting you guys so I didn't have to comment on his incredibly revealing outfit. But one thing I will point out is that the flames on his boots are actually the patterns of LEGO flame pieces, because I can't be chill about anything. Also, I let Chad keep his eyebrows for this figure, but his mouth is closed, so who knows how many teeth he has. As for his hair, I modified this piece to have a longer tail and gave him a loose strand up front. If I could go back, I'd point the ponytail down further, but we live and we learn. Now here's Flambe all suited up, and between you and me, this is Mark II, as the first prints did not go very well. And yes, I fixed his ponytail in post. Oh, and here's a purist version. There aren't many options for flame suits with open chests though, so I made do. Hey Robert, are you done? Nope. Okay. Invisigal.
Looks a conference room.
I think I can fix her.
Oh, this one's easy. First I designed the torso, arms, legs, and the face, sent them all off to the printer, and they came back beautifully. No? Okay, fine. Invisigal did give me some trouble, as she is one to do. I was finishing her designs on Wednesday before playing through the finale, so I couldn't look up anything besides her stock photos, otherwise I'd run face first into spoilers. And it didn't help that these are all half invisible. However, my memory is decent enough, and whoa, come on, this isn't episode 4.
You didn't see anything.
Anyways, I was able to complete the decals with minimal issues. Printing the decals was a whole other ballpark. The printer kept wanting to print her skin tone as dark orange. I wasted 3 torsos trying to print, and the final one I had to touch up with paint by hand. Even when the white base coat was flawless, it kept printing in dark orange. And no matter what, it always smudged her face.
What even is that?
So right now, I have a generic Lego face on her, and I'm gonna have to fix it later.
I remembered what you said. Now you must face the consequences of your actions.
Then there was her hair. At first I was gonna give her this hair as a joke, but then decided, well, it's a bit longer, we should probably use this one. It's spiky, but long enough, except the models don't actually look like this. The Lego models look like this. And every jagged flat surface is gonna show up on your print. So you gotta go in and smooth in every single jagged edge. And it turns out, I don't even like this piece on her. Oh, we should have used the Kai hair piece. Well, let's get smoothing. Here is what she looks like. Phew. Not too bad considering all the trouble she's caused. Oh, and before you come after me with, her hair isn't black, it's really dark purple, can you point to the super close to black but actually slight purple color on this Lego palette?
No, you can't.
Doesn't exist.
Oh, and I nearly forgot. Here you go. Okay, Robert, how about you come get me when you're ready then? Punchup. Everybody loves a short king, and this guy holds a special place in my heart given how much joy this nerd has given all of us. The problem is, we don't get much of a backstory for Golem here. I want to know what led up to these events, and what's under the bandage, or what's the meaning behind this tattoo. It seems to be a rose with a railroad spike through it, so I'm guessing the railroad spike has to do with his traveling circus. But we better be getting more lore in season 2. For his hair, I took this piece and chopped off the sides, and well, it looks really bad.
No kidding.
So I went back, shrunk the hair, and now it looks a lot better. Oh, and he's got short legs, because of course he does. I love making the digital models, but they always make me extra sad, especially when the UV printer's acting up. Luckily, I think Punchup was the last print to have major issues, but right now I'm really just biding time for the influx of Yuffie Make reviews. And saving up an arm and a leg, I guess. And the purest form is pretty straightforward, easy peasy. Prism. Just like Punchup, Prism is one of the few characters I felt we didn't get enough content on. Flambe gets a large portion of the story, Invisigal is a romantic interest, these guys all get backstory comics. Even Waterboy gets a comic, but these 3 felt left out. She has such an amazing dynamic in the team, but I want more. More! She also has some of my favorite line deliveries in the entire game. No custom molds needed for Prism, she's complete, nice and clean, and her print job is pretty decent as well, except for the top of the boots. The purest form was difficult. Now I did my best, but they had no available heads with blue visors, blue lipstick, or even a mole. So here you go. Malevola.
A giant woman.
Now I have many types, but I've been informed by my friend based solely on my apparel that one of them is simply called Scary Lady Big Knife. Listen, did they read me to absolute filth? Yes. Does this explain why I want this shirt so badly? Also yes. But what more could you ask for? Scary Lady, Big Knife. Enough said. I will say, I had to sculpt so much for Malevola, combining all these pieces into her hair, and then this tail piece exists, but is not available, so I had to sculpt my own. Now while those print, YouTube keeps shouting that we need to attach products to our videos, and that's hard because this sucks, these are old, everything I make is custom, so I guess I get to tell you guys how cool this Elegoo resin is. It's ABS-like and therefore acts just like Lego plastic. Hooray! Okay, phew. I think Malevola has turned out the best by far, but I'm probably biased. I did brick build her a giant sword though. But wait, hold on, I think I'm on to something. And that might be another great thumbnail. Oh, and they do not make Purist Customs easy. Golem. Get it?
It was just a joke.
Now Golem doesn't have a custom figure because he's entirely brick built. This is one of my favorite builds in a long time, and by tomorrow I'll have instructions up for my Patreon members. Thank you guys for all of your constant support. Oh, and look, he even has the handle on his back that Invisigal can use when they work together. Oh, and he still has a cue ball in his hand. If you know, you know. However, if you did want a purist build, the rock monster from Rock Raiders might be your best bet. Weird stud placement though. Coupe. Coupe is one of my favorites, and I'm really sad she wasn't a romance option. I mean, she definitely fits the scary lady big knife category 5 times over, but for Coupe, I have sculpted a hairpiece with her headwear attachment, and I could go on for hours if not for the fact that I've been up the entire night working on this. So, without any further ado, Coupe. Sleek, deadly, phenomenal, not you. And of course the always more flattering digital model. I gave her some simple folded wings in the back, and I think she looks great. Now I'm too tired to do a purist build, but you're a big kid, you got this. And with that, the original Z team is complete. And hey Robert, you shaved. I hate it. You did it, you survived till the end of the video. This obviously wasn't every single character in Dispatch, but we did get our core group done. And if this does really well, we'll go back and get all of them. I'm thinking 5,000 likes. Alright, as always, I've been Andrew, you've been watching The Scrap Box. Do all the YouTube things, like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, have yourself a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you later. Bye.